Good evening and thanks for joining us. It was a day of intense emotion, angry questions, and deep remorse in Washington. The focus was General Motors, America's biggest automaker, and the question whether it deliberately put profits ahead of safety. It took years for GM to recall millions of vehicles it knew were faulty, nearly 370,000 of them in Canada, vehicles that are linked to at least 13 deaths, including one in Quebec. Today, GM's new CEO apologized. But as Robin Stickley reports, she offered no answers.
Do you swear that the test...
GM's CEO stands meters away from a row of photographs. Each one died in one of her company's vehicles. Mary Barra offers an apology and accountability, but not a single answer over the car company's gravest safety crisis.
I cannot tell you why it took so long for a safety defect to be announced for this program.
The question from lawmakers and families, why did America's second largest automaker wait more than a decade to recall millions of vehicles with a deadly defect that it knew existed? The faulty switch shuts off if bumped or jiggled, cutting power to the engine, steering wheel, and airbags without warning. The recalled part is linked to more than 30 crashes and at least 13 deaths, including one in Quebec last year. According to the company's own documents, fixing it would have cost 57 cents.
GM knew and accepted that they were willing to have this switch that didn't meet their own specifications.
GM claims heavy keychains wore down their ignition switches.
I don't know how they sleep at night. I really don't.
For 6 years, the Troutwine family believed their loved one Sarah fell asleep at the wheel of her GM Cobalt, when in fact her car went out of control.
There's many people out there that lost loved ones for a $2 fix.
Tough questions today for Canadian and U.S. federal regulators, too, who, despite receiving complaints, did nothing.
Canadians want to know. We need more transparency. And let's not forget, it's all about safety, too.
For the Troutwine family, sorry doesn't begin to cut it.
The only thing that matters to me now is getting these cars off the road, like yesterday.
But that won't happen. Not only is there no talk of taking cars off the road, GM says new ignition switches aren't available for another week.
Today's GM will do the right thing.
Vague promises that are not enough for these families who say GM has ignored doing the right thing far too long. Robin Stickley, Global News, Washington.